Mixed martial arts, otherwise known as MMA, is growing in popularity. Fighters such as Ronda Rousey are starting to become a household name. Ashley Brewer reports on how Tucson's Anthony Birchak is trying to make a name for himself.
29-year-old Sarita native Anthony Birchak is the head of the mixed martial arts program at this gym in Tucson.
This is really something that I wanted to do to continue to teach and you know, bring up the next line and next generation of UFC fighters out of Tucson. Keep moving, keep moving.
And not only does he teach students from around the city, but also from under his own roof.
My littlest one, Jet Birchak, is just going to turn 2, and he's already putting his hands up and moving his head and stuff.
But teaching is not Anthony's full-time job. He's a professional ultimate and MMA fighter. Birchak was asked to go pro after winning an MMA fight in the back parking lot of a Nogales movie theater. Since that night in 2009, he's 12-2 in MMA and 1-1 in the UFC. His fiancée Mercedes has been in his corner since the very beginning.
He's evolved quite a bit in the short period of time that he has been fighting. I've actually had the privilege of watching him from the start of his career.
If a new fighter loses its first 2 fights, the UFC hands them the pink slip. Anthony was 0-1 going into UFC Fight Night 68 on June 6th in New Orleans.
When your job's on the line, there's a lot of stuff that runs through your mind. You know, how am I going to be able to provide for my family? You know, what am I going to do after this if I fail?
But the Toro, as they call him, did not fail. With aggression like a bull, Anthony knocked out his opponent Joe Soto in 1 minute and 37 seconds.
Keep on coming. Joe Soto still has yet to recover. Anthony Birchak worked the weight. Wow.
I didn't even throw a lot on that punch. I kind of just threw it out there to clear the space. Landed right on his chin, and I saw him kind of collapse.
I didn't think it was real. I kept having it, ask, was this real life?
Well, not only does Anthony train to knock out his opponents, he trains younger students, ages 7 through 18, who want to follow in his footsteps right here at Northside Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
He really welcomes them, and he kind of treats them like they're, his nieces or nephews.
That really inspires me to, continue to push the boundaries with what I can teach, what I can show, and how far people realize their own boundaries are, and they grow that way.
Anthony the Toro Birchak will continue to grow the next generation until the bull steps into the cage for his next knockout. Ashley Brewer, KGUN-9, on your side.
That's something else.
2 consecutive losses and you're done.
Boy,
That's
out of there.
Yeah.